Hi, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Whitney. And the Ghost Sisters are back for a hot minute.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
thank
we appreciate everyone. Like, if you guys like just discovered us, like, cool. I don't think you guys missed much. But if you guys have been listening, like, we're sorry. Life is hard. I was in I was in my final semester of school and well, I'm done. Like as of this weekend, like I'm done. Woohoo! But and then like also I got a new job because, school. So I had to do like an externship so I couldn't do the current job that I was doing. So I had to get a new job. And they were like, you know what? You're gonna work nights. And that fucking sucks. So yeah. And we decided that it was too much. So here we are. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I don't really have an excuse. I just this semester sucked for whatever reason, like, nothing went wrong, but it was still sucky. So, I just
This whole
yeah.
year, I feel like sucks. I keep seeing things that are like people not posting that 2025 is gonna be their year. Like everyone's like,
Yeah.
yeah, shit fucking sucks. And it's like, yeah, it's just gonna be a rough. We're all in it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hope is that maybe once things settle down, I make no promises and Taylor makes no promises, but maybe we can do the thing. Like it may not be every week, but maybe it's like every other week. Or
Yeah,
maybe it's every 3 weeks, or maybe just like a random
once a
episode
month.
like today.
Yeah, who knows? We'll figure
S
out what it is when we get to that bridge, so
Yeah. So
but we're here today with a holiday special.
Oh, I like that I say it like I didn't know about it. This is my episode, y'all.
Except she did the whole thing, like, I'm just here listening, so
She's like, "Ooh, it's a holiday episode," and I'm like, "Oh, what?" So, that's how it's gonna
well,
go, y'all. Welcome back to the Ghost Sisters.
exactly.
Um,
Everybody's like, "Ah, yeah, this feels
um,
familiar."
I remember why I was gonna unsubscribe. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. So, what we've got for you guys today is, like she said, a Christmas special, and we are going to be doing some Christmas creature features.
Yeah,
Meow. Obviously, we are going to be starting with Krampus.
fucking love
Um,
Krampus.
I don't wanna get anyone's hopes up. I feel like people maybe think Christmas creature feature would have, like, Santa, um, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let him stay his own mystery, so
Ooh.
Santa's not involved aside from when Santa's involved.
It is
So
not involved aside from when he's here, when he's involved.
except for, like, I mean, he's always involved, like, obviously, but I was hoping to get through a lot more, but we're gonna I don't know how to explain it. It's not that there's multiple creature features, but there's, like, one that encompasses so much, and so it
Okay,
turns into the big fucking thing. But anyways, we, of course, are gonna start with Krampus
mhm,
because yeah, Krampus. Oh, I saw a cookie cutter, flip. I know everyone's like, "The fuck just happened?" Anyways, they took, a gingerbread man, and they flipped him upside down. I don't know if any of you guys can like, visually see what I'm talking about, but they flipped
I
him
can see it.
upside down, and his legs became the horns, and then his arms became the ears, and then, like, he had this big mouth and tongue and everything, like, it was awesome. I was like,
That's cool.
"Fuck yeah, Krampus."
Yeah.
So, it's literally just gonna be us talking about Krampus. I didn't find anything. No, just kidding. Okay, um, so let's get into it. Krampus is said to be the son of a Nordic god. I saw god or goddess, but god Hel, spelled Hel, not double, not double hockey sticks, just AGL. But hell is the god of death in some sources, and then in other sources, the god of the underworld.
Okay.
So, here we've got fucking Krampus. But yeah, he was a part of the pre-Christian pagan practices that revolved around the winter solstice. And of course, it's in the 12th century that the Catholic Church tries, and apparently I stopped typing at that point, but the Catholic Church tries to get rid of Krampus because, they're trying to bring Catholicism in, and this is
Right.
obviously not like Christian or Catholic or anything like that. So, as Christianity moved through Europe, they tried to ban pagan practices, which included Saint Nicholas and Krampus. But
Oh,
basically, the people of Germany, Austria, Hungary, Slovenia, all of the Alpine nations were like, "Fuck you."
okay.
It's fucking Krampus and Santa, bitch, like, I'm not doing that. So, and yep, hide that German pickle. So, yeah, so eventually, good old Saint Nick and was assimilated into the religion, and Krampus was but wasn't. Like, he wasn't obviously, you're not gonna go through and read the Bible, and they're like, "And then behold, Krampus came." Like, he's not a part of that, like, but it's not that he's not a part of it.
Sure. He's
Super
like
descriptive.
that really weird cousin that nobody really talks about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Beware of Jimmy," and Jimmy's like, "I got rocks." So he's Taylor.
I was
So
gonna say I got rocks.
yep, you got rocks. Anyways, so yeah, it wasn't until the 17th century that Krampus actually joined teams with Saint Nicholas. Um, so yeah, Krampus is derived from an old High German or Hochdeutsch word for Krampen, which means claw. Um, And we can assume he obviously got that from those nails that he got going
Them
on.
nails,
He got
he got
them
them
nails.
nails.
I'm sure he gets them did right before Christmas, just like we did. Anyways, so yeah, he's got them to prove that point. Normally, he is described as a half goat, half human figure with, those long claws we talked about, horns, and then a long snake or dragon-like tongue.
Mhm.
Yeah, so normally he's seen also with, like, a bag that has sticks that he would use to swat children with. Yeah, um, and it was
I mean,
specified birch sticks. I don't know if, like,
oh,
oak or something, but, like, birch. I guess
interesting.
maybe that's just more common in that region. I don't know, I didn't research trees, but I'm assuming that that's why.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
anyways, sometimes he's also said to have one quote unquote grotesque human foot and one goat foot. I put grotesque in quotes because I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, is it a hobbit foot? Like, what are we how grotesque are we looking? Or are they just like,
I
holy
mean,
fuck, a human foot on a goat leg? That's grotesque. Like,
right,
I
yeah.
don't
I mean, like,
yeah.
when you think about it, when Whitney gets into it, honestly, feet freak
Oh,
her
I don't
out,
wanna talk
so
about feet. Like, no, it just your leg ends. It just ends, okay? And 90 degrees and it ends, okay. And then all of a sudden it branches off into toes. I don't it's ugh, not okay. Okay, so so that's grotesque enough for me. Sorry, you guys, if I've got like I realized I laughed, but it came out as like a weird cough. Wouldn't you guys know I've been sick recently? Anyways,
she's also still recovering from the pneumonia she got in, like, May, so
oh yeah, that's super fun. I still get like rattling and wheezing in my chest. It's a lot of fun. And then it makes me cough because I'm like, why is it doing this? And it's, your lungs suck.
mhm,
So, anyways, so of course, because his appearance is that greatly resembles the devil, the 12th century's Catholic leaders were like, hard pass. But again, everyone was like, nah, it's fucking Krampus. Like,
mhm.
nah, he's here to stay. And apparently in 1934, there were more attempts to get rid of him from Austria's conservative Christian Social Party, and obviously that did not work because
Yeah,
here we are
obviously. Yeah.
today. in 2024, not 1934, talking about him.
Yeah.
Yay, Krampus. Okay, so with Krampus being the, like, gothic friend of the bubbly, happy Saint Nick, the 2 would actually tag team visiting children around Christmas time. So, yeah, I like your face.
Like, you happen to be the one house that Krampus like, Saint Nick was like, "Look, I'm busy over here, Imma go. You need to go handle that house."
Oh,
Like,
no, no, they're tag
"Oh,
teaming, like, together. So, yeah, so,
oh." So you're
December 5th.
it's
Yeah.
just very Harry Potter. You're gonna have trauma, but you're gonna be happy about it.
100%. Okay, I didn't even make that correlation, but yeah, let's get into trauma and being happy in my life. Okay. But okay, so December 5th is called Krampusnacht, which means Krampus night.
Mhm.
Yay, German. And then December 6th is called St. Nicholas Day.
Okay.
So, um the 2 visit on Krampusnacht, and Saint Nicholas goes through, and he leaves candies and presents and all of that fun stuff in the shoes of good children. So this is a fun fact I actually learned about, Saint Nicholas Day, not Krampusnacht. I think it was too iffy to teach high school children, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, but, like, in German class, we took our shoes off and we put them all outside in the hallway so that Saint Nicholas could come by and give us presents and stuff. So
I
that
just
was the weird
great
German thing that I did in German class.
I
So
just greatly enjoy the thought of, like, a random student walking by, and there's all these shoes in the hallway, and they're like, "The
oh,
fuck?"
yeah. It's great because it was, like, all the languages hallway, and then I know my journalism classroom was, like, right there too, and so it was just, like, all of these, like, weird artsy-fartsy people that are like, "What the fuck is with all these shoes?" And it's just we're like, "Ha ha." And so then our
Santa!
teacher yeah, our teacher left, like yeah, this all sounds really bad. Our teacher left unsupervised and everything, and then, like, came back 15 minutes later and was like, "Go look at your shoes." And we had candy canes and shit in 'em. Anyways,
What
but
wasn't true,
that's
man.
yeah, it was ah, wow, that was like
Also
a memory unlocked for me. Haven't thought
aw,
about that in a long time. So
yeah.
anyways, so yeah, Saint Nick goes around, puts good things in good children's shoes, and then puts sticks in the shoes of the naughty children. Um, Meanwhile, Krampus, I guess, is like, "Fuck your sticks," and he goes and beats up the naughty children with branches and sticks, and then super casual, sometimes,
Yeah.
eats the children
Okay,
or sticks them in his sack and drags them to hell.
that's
That's what
rough.
all happens on Krampusnacht on December 5th, the
Okay.
evening of December 5th. On December 6th, again, St. Nicholas's Day, children wake up to discover all the gifts given to them by St. Nick, or they are nursing their wounds and injuries that was given to them by our good buddy Krampus. That is if they survived the night. It sounds like some did not survive the night.
Uh-huh. Then so that's when
So
the parents
yeah.
wake up and they see the sticks in Jimmy's shoes, and they're like, "Oh, that's where he is."
Oh, that's where the fuck Jimmy went. Oh, fuck. Well, I guess I'm taking back his sweater.
Aw.
Um, yeah, so of course, while Krampus has mainly been a part of Europe's history and traditions, he has become wow. If you guys can hear Sophie snoring, I just told Taylor before we started, I did a bed transplant. I literally picked her up from the bed in the bedroom and moved her to the like into the office in the same bed, and she did not wake up. And every now and then I hear her. So
Yeah. But we all know that
sorry.
Sophie's the mascot of this place
Yeah. So
of
if
this podcast now, so
of this home we call the Ghost Sisters.
the ghost sister.
Um, so anyways, okay, back to Cramp. Mr. Crampy. Oh, I'm gonna
Cramp,
have to
cramp.
say that now.
Mr.
Um,
Crampy?
because I say it all the time, and I'm like, "Mr. Grumpus," and then so
Oh,
now I'm
yeah.
gonna have Mr. Crampy over here, and no one's gonna
Mhm.
get it unless they listen to the podcast.
I love it.
Anyways, so yeah, he's become more popular throughout the years. Of course, back in the 1890s in Germany and Austria, there were postcards that would be sent around the holiday, which started Krampuskarten. which basically now are vintage Krampus greeting cards.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, so some of the cards simply would say Gruß von Krampus, which means greetings from Krampus.
That would be the
Um,
worst card to get, like,
oh
"Hide
wait,
from
it
this
gets better.
demon from hell."
Better. I don't know what the occasion was to send these cards. Like,
Mhm.
like if you sent Saint Nick, you're like, "Ooh, happy holidays!" Like, "Woohoo, yeah!" But if you send a Krampus card, are you like, "You know what? Like, fuck you, motherfucker! Like, what?
Right.
Why did you send this card?" Because
I'm declaring our
other
innocence.
cards, yeah, other cards were like, so you got the greetings from Krampus, and then others would depict Krampus like stuffing children into a sack, or chasing children with sticks, or dragging them away in chains, like to
It's
take them
perfect.
to hell. Of course, over the years, there were also depictions of like, for some reason, women were involved in these, and there were some where it was like Krampus is, not treating the woman well. And then there's another one that I had, like, read about that it's a woman hanging Krampus by his feet. So I'm not really sure, like, and of course the tag on that was like, "You can make of that what you want with, like, women's rights." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah, what
I don't one of
okay.
them, Krampus is beating a woman, and then the next one, like, she's, I guess, killed Krampus? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Hold on,
that's weird.
hold on. Sorry, I'm being asked where Oreos are, so
Oh, by dad?
no, by my assistant.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So,
your assistant.
continue.
Yes.
Ok
Me? Was I saying
yeah,
something?
because you were, and I was like, "Hold on," and you were like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah." You were
Oh,
just
I
like,
don't
"Oh,
remember.
that's weird."
Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's good.
Okay. Okay. So, on top of, like, the weird cards that would be sent out, there were also, like, greetings like, "Merry Christmas," and a great way to respond was, "Merry Christmas to you, and may Krampus not take your child away in a basket," which I'm like, I'm like, "That's like it's a burn, bruh," like, because
I'm gonna say that from now on.
yeah, I think you should. I mean,
Mhm.
because obviously it means that you're like, "Your kid sucks."
Yeah.
Like, Krampus is definitely gonna visit your child, so, like, sorry. Um,
Sorry.
yeah, so in 2004, Monte Bouchon,
Oh,
assuming is how you say it, he published a book that has all the Krampus cards in it and has artwork that's inspired by the cards, and of course, that helped introduce Krampus to the world. I don't I'm pretty sure it's, like, Krampus, the movie. I know there's been a few movies out about Krampus. The latest one is actually with Jack Black. I think he's Krampus, and it's like there's a dyslexic kid that tried to write to Santa, but it went to Satan, and so now Ja Jack Black's there, and he's like, "The fuck do you want?" And, like, he's doing all those shenanigans, and it's like, "Yeah,
mhm,
that sounds about right." So anyways, as far as the popularity of Krampus in the world, we have Krampusnacht on December 5th, and sometimes on Saint Nick's Day on December 6th, Alpine countries will do, like, parades, like, with Krampus, and so, like, I read an account of one of them. It was actually about the Krampuslauf, which is a run with all the
mhm.
Krampus guys, kind of like Santa Run, but it's like Krampus.
Yes.
Um, but it sounded super terrifying because they were like, yeah, like 400 Krampuses showed up. But yeah, in these like parades, you've got these Krampuses that show up, and it's like dead of winter, it's in the evening, so it's, like, dark, and then they will chase children and adults
Mhm.
through the streets. Like, it's 2024, and we're chasing people around the streets, but
So
I'm like, I would totally go to one, so
right. I remember hearing something about that. I can't remember if it was from another podcast or if I saw it on TikTok or Insta Reels or something. But I know that they ran into issues with these Krampus, like Krampus run kind of things. They would go overboard and start hurting people. And so
Mhm.
it's like very like the authorities are like really involved in this to make sure that nobody goes crazy and stuff. And like you can get
Yeah,
ejected from
like,
the Krampus run. And yeah,
I initially thought that, like, the Krampus parades and Krampus runs were just that, like,
yeah.
it's a parade of Krampuses, but then whenever I read about it and they're like, "And they chase people with sticks," and I was like, "The fuck?" Like, what is
I'd be
this?
like,
This
that's
turned into, to what oh my god, what's that movie?
Texas Chainsaw
Everyone's yelling
Massacre.
at me. No, not that one. We're like, you can do whatever that night and, like,
The
there's no
Purge.
repercussions. The Purge, yes, so it's like
Yes.
Christmas Purge, like
Yeah.
Krampus
That'd be
style.
the
Oh my
one
god.
night
I'm
I
like,
would lock myself
you
inside.
yeah, I feel like if there was a purge, like, if we ever got to that point, I guys, I'm not gonna participate in the purge, but if I did, I would dress up like Krampus, like, I I think that's the only appropriate thing to do.
The middle of July.
Like, a pot as fuck, like, because they're, like, these big, like, furry costumes and stuff,
Yeah.
like, gotta be great for the winter, but not for July, so
We should that should be a bucket list item for us is to participate in a Krampus run as
oh, yeah,
Krampuses.
totally.
I don't
Oh,
wanna be
no, no,
chased,
no.
but I wanna be a
I don't
Krampus.
wanna be chased, but I also don't know if I wanna dress up like Krampus. I think I just wanna be involved.
Okay. I would dress up like I'll chase you.
No. Stay away from me.
I'm just gonna walk up
So,
to you and, like, bap you with a stick. End of
the
Krampus run.
the Krampus run. Now I'm like, how can I, like, keep Krampus alive, like, the tradition, whenever I have kids? But it not be terrifying. Like, I don't wanna terrify my children, but also, like, Krampus. I
Hmm.
know you're gonna tell my children about Krampus,
I
so
was gonna say Auntie Cleo will definitely find a way to work it in.
Auntie Cleo.
Yes.
It's been so long, I'm like, does everyone know about Auntie Cleo? I feel like everyone does.
Everyone does.
Um, if not, then this is a fun thing that y'all are like, "The fuck?" And you
Go
hope that we talk about it again
yeah.
later.
Go back and listen. Auntie
Find
Cleo
out.
says Auntie Cleo says, "Go back and listen, child."
There was, like, a whole documentary about her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but,
haven't gotten
like,
a
she
chance to listen.
I don't wanna watch it, but basically she's a fraud, and
Yeah,
that's we all
100%.
know she's a fraud.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, fun segue. Okay, let's go back to Christmas. Yay, Christmas. Alright, the next creature feature is the one that just, like, exploded.
Okay.
It's not even the one that I started with, but it got too intense, and so then I had to go back and be like, "Okay, well, we'll come back to this in a
Okay.
minute." So we are going to talk about and I am so sorry. This is an Icelandic
Oh,
one, and so, like, all of the names, like, I only have 2 names actually listed in here because I think I can say them, but dear God, I'm so sorry because I know it's not right. So
mhm.
we are going to talk about Grilla and her 13 children, also
Ooh,
known
okay.
as the Yule Lads. So,
Okay.
okay. So Grilla, whose name roughly translates to growler, dates back past the 13th century, I believe, because like most of it was like oral accounts about this ogress, but eventually was written down in poems. And those poems are dated to the 13th century. So I would assume a little bit before the 13th century is when all this stuff happens. But these poems describe her as having either 15 tails or 40 tails as
Oh,
well. I know, right? It escalated.
it went from like, "Oh, casual" to, "Oh, wow, even more casual."
Oh, wow. I don't know how 40 tails fit on a butt. Granted, she's an ogre,
I was
so
gonna say, she probably has a biggin. She thick.
she she'll she's a lady. Okay. Yeah. So she also has been depicted as like having a bag on her back and possibly
To
having a
carry
sword
children.
or Mhm. Possibly having a sword or a knife in her hand. Um, so the tale about Grilla, it said that she hears whispers throughout the year about children that have been naughty, and around winter time when everyone sets in, because remember it's Iceland, so like shit sets down or
Mhm.
shuts down. Um, she goes and she steals those naughty children to make stews that will sustain her to the next winter. Um, Another legend is that she wanders between different settlements demanding charity from people that she encounters, but the charity is mainly in the form of naughty children so that she can take them and eat them. So,
What is she like?
like,
She's like the children mafia? Like, that's her protection money
kinda.
is children?
Yeah, she's a baby and children, but she's not like, oh, okay, no, that was a different one that I was reading about Hansel and Gretel. Obviously, she's not like Hansel and Gretel because there's
Okay.
no gingerbread house whatsoever.
Oh, that was the
That was
defining. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the Christmas witch in Italy, La Benefa Bun Bun I'm so sorry, everyone.
Tor
Anyways, hold
Tori's
on.
listening
No,
to
wait.
this right now and screaming because I'm sure she can pronounce it.
La Befana, La Befana,
Okay.
and La Befana is a Christmas witch that is actually in Italian and Russian folklore, I believe. Her stuff she's a good witch, so I'm
Oh,
sorry, she's
good.
not really covered here. She's like Glinda, who's
Okay.
kind of a bitch, but, like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to this bitch. So, yeah. So, Grilla has 13 children.
Mhm.
Woman got busy.
Mhm.
And they are called the 13 Yule Lads.
That's why
So
her butt's so
these
big.
Yeah, maybe no, that didn't I was like, maybe it's a tale for each kid, but there's 15 to 40, so, like,
Yeah, that doesn't work.
meh. So, yeah, these kids will visit random households throughout particular days in December. So, like, they each have, like, weird date ranges. There's one of them that he just comes on one day and he's just like, "Mm," and they all have their own type of way of pestering people through
Okay.
Christmas time. So
Okay.
here's where I definitely did not try to pronounce any fucking names, and we just went to the English quote unquote version of it. So the first one is sheepcoat Claude. So that's his name. So he normally is passing through these Icelandic towns from the 12th through the 26th, and he comes through just to torment sheep. That's his whole deal.
What did the
He
sheep do?
So it's not that the sheep did anything. So first off, because of the winter being so harsh, the sheep are actually kept underground during that time so that they, can stay warm. And so
Sure.
farmers would hear like the sheep bleating and stuff, and they're like, "Meh," and like freaking the fuck out, and they're like, "Oh, caught cloud is down there fucking with my sheep." Um, and the whole reason or theory behind it is, way back when sheep were kind of the lifeblood of these
Sure.
farms. And so, like, this guy's coming in fucking with your livelihood down there underground. Not literally fucking them. I did not see anything about bestiality whatsoever. So, like, I just want to be real clear here. I didn't see anything about that.
You I did not think of that, so
Okay. I just was like, skirt. Okay, let me not talk about that real fast. Anyways, so he has an odd deformity. Some of these guys do, and some of these guys don't. I don't know. I guess the tail got in the way. I'm not sure. But
okay.
his deformity is that he has really stiff legs, which makes it hard for him to like move around. And that's it.
Oh,
Is the
okay.
That's it. The only hope that you have is that knowing that he moves slow and, like, he has other houses to visit, so, like, he'll leave your sheep alone eventually.
Eventually, okay.
That's it. You assume he's only there for a night, so if they're, like, freaking out for one evening, you're like, "Well, Terry next door is gonna get it next." Like, that's it.
Mhm.
That's all you can think of, so you're like, "Whatever."
Fantastic.
So, the next brother is Gully Gawk. Again, I don't even I can't there's too many, like, things in the actual letters
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
his Icelandic name. So, anyway, he likes to hide in gullies near homes. See, it's almost like science. It wasn't very well thought out. You guys are like, "Oh, yeah, that's a southward wind because it comes from
Well,
the south." Like, you guys aren't I'm just saying it's a very
we're not
straightforward
creative.
name.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not creative
Yeah.
people when it comes to
Yeah.
science, yes.
Some of these, though, you're like, "What?" But okay,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
Maybe there's, like, a different what?
no, like, what's the point of him hanging out in a gully? Like, why is that
Oh, okay,
terrifying?
yeah, let me continue on with it. Yeah,
Okay.
so he hangs out in gullies near homes, and then once the people are asleep, he breaks into the barns and he steals cow milk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
just
I mean,
now I don't got milk for my cereal the next morning.
the picture that I saw of Gully Gawk was him, like, straight up sucking on an udder. So, like, it's not just he goes, like, drinking milk, he, like, sucks 'em dry.
I like it.
Nobody does, but
Ooh.
here we are. So, yeah, apparently the significance of this is, like, cow's milk is a key ingredient in a lot of traditional sauces that are enjoyed throughout the season. So, basically, he came in and he was like, "Fuck your Christmas," and he, like, drank all the milk. That's what
Yep.
he does. Yep, sounds about right. The next brother is Stubby.
Why I expect these names to be remotely normal.
They're not. So he comes through the 14th through the 26th, and he's stealing people's pots and pans.
Well,
That's the
that's
mischief. That yeah, I'm
like,
like,
that's
cause it
we're getting ramping it up a little bit.
that's a little rude, honestly,
Yeah.
like, fuck you, especially if it's my favorite pot or pan. Like, I don't know about
Right.
you, but I've got that favorite one,
Yeah.
and whenever that
That
one's dirty, I'm like, "I guess I'm not eating today," like,
yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, of course, way back when, whatever these traditions like or legends were started, pots and pans were probably extremely expensive. So, like, this dude was doing some havoc.
Yeah,
Now
we
it's
went
just like
from
a minor inconvenience because like Amazon shipping and like
yeah,
Walmart, Target,
like,
like
we
I can
went
go get a pan.
right. We went from "fuck yo sauce" to now you're poor because you have to buy more stuff.
Exactly. So the next the next brother, that's right. We're gonna go through all 13 of these guys. The next brother
Okay.
is Spoon liquor. We'll let that sink in.
Oh,
Spoon liquor. Can you guess what he does?
he definitely farts on knives.
Wouldn't be amazing?
I'm gonna guess that. This is
Obviously,
my second guess is that he licks spoons.
he yay! Yes, he does. He licks spoons, and he comes through on the 15th of December, the only
Oh,
day that was referenced. So I guess
I
he's
gotta
just, like,
double
real
wash my
busy.
spoons. Yeah.
He's like, licking spoons." So, he actually has a deformity as well, and it's which I don't really know if it's a deformity, more or less like Grilla being neglectful with one of her children. His
Oh,
deformity is that he's super malnourished, and he's very, like, thin and scrawny and everything, whereas his brothers are kind of, like, plump or at least healthy, except for, like, straight leg guy. I don't feel like that's very healthy. Anyways, I don't
no.
feel like any of this is healthy, like, sucking on a cow's udder probably isn't the healthiest
That's
thing. So, but yeah, the whole point of spoon liquor is he goes through and he's licking these spoons with the hope that he will find some morsel of food on it to
yep.
eat.
That was when you
Yep.
said
So,
malnourished, I was like, "There it is."
there it is. Alright, so then we're gonna move on to the next guy. Um, pot scraper.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So see, a lot of these are pretty simple.
Hang on. Does he come
What?
before or after the pots and pans are stolen?
I mean, I
You would think before.
honestly, you would think they would team up and he would steal the
Yeah,
pots and pans and then pot liquor would like or pot
scraper.
scraper would like eat it. There's a lot of liquors and scrapers. So anyways, um so his whole thing is that he's going through and because he's not stealing the pots as we discussed, but he is
Mhm.
scraping out anything that's left over and eating all of that so that he can get every single last drop.
I mean, that almost sounds like he's doing me a favor. Like, now I got less to
Maybe,
clean.
but I mean, if you think about all of the other, like, havoc that has been wreaked so far, like, you don't have any more milk, like, someone's been licking your fucking spoons, like, you're running out of food, and you
Yeah,
could have scraped off the last little bit from this pot, and he was like, fuck you," and he's eating that and finishing the meals and
that's true.
everything.
I didn't think
Um,
about it that way.
the belief, though, is that pot scraper was created or became part of the legend to encourage children to finish their meals.
That's fair. It's like there are
They're like,
starving children in Africa kinda thing, like
Yeah. So,
yeah.
we're moving on to the next brother. This guy is bowl licker.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. I feel like he should come the same day as spoon licker, but he doesn't. Actually,
Yeah.
he's maybe one of the creepier ones out of these guys because he likes to hide under children's beds. And
Ooh.
whenever children are, like, having their nighttime porridge or pudding or whatever, or soup, and then they're done with it, I guess apparently they just put it on the floor, but then he, like, reaches out and grabs the bowl and then licks the bowl and gets
Yeah, that
whatever's
got,
it like, it
like,
right?
out of
Everyone else is
like,
just, like, a
point
nuisance.
yeah, up until this point, everything else has been, like, kind of out of your way, you're already asleep, you're not experiencing this, and then all of a sudden, there's this guy hiding under your bed snatching your bowls, like, "Damn,
Snatching them bowls.
snatching them
Depends on
bowls."
depends on what kind of bowl. Alright, so then the next brother is door slammer.
Oh, fucking door slammer, man.
Fucking door slammer, and you know what he likes to do? He likes to slam doors.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's what he does. He just comes in super pissed off and just fucking slams shit shut.
Don't do that in our house because our parents will make you open the door and then shut it quietly, and then open it again,
And then do
shut
it
it
again.
quietly,
Shut it
do it again,
quietly.
shut it
One
quietly,
more time. Oh, nope,
shut it
saw an
quiet.
attitude. Do it one more time. Okay, now cut it now
I
quietly. Like,
I am getting angry thinking about it.
well, it's excellent. I cannot wait my children off by doing the same shit, like, the same thing with the
Yeah.
floppy walk, like, "Nope, come back, walk back down the hall. Nope, you didn't do it right, come back, do it again." Yeah, door
Oh,
slammer, apparently, his mother does not believe the same as our parents, that, like,
oh, she
you
liked
just
it.
go
She was
through
like, "Slam them doors. Express
slam
yourself."
wreak them havocs. I mean, I don't think that she's too involved in her children's lives, seeing as she's
It doesn't
her
sound like it.
main goal. 'Cause I didn't even see anything that was like she eats children or, like, makes them into stew so that her and her family can survive. It's just her. It's
Yeah.
just for her. So, maybe that's why he slams doors. He's like, "My mother doesn't love me." Um,
Maybe.
maybe. So, the next guy, he is Skyr Gobbler? Skyr Gobbler.
Skewer? I don't
Skyr?
know.
Skirt?
Skewer?
But apparently, Skyr I'm so sorry, y'all. It is a type of sauce that goes well with, like, savory and sweet things. You can put them on, meat, nuts, gingerbread men, cinnamon rolls, a whole bunch of different stuff. It's very special, and it's a big tradition, and this guy just comes and fucking
Yeah, exactly. Don't have any
he just
leftovers, just eat it all.
Yeah, I mean, bowl liquor may come get you too, if that's the case, if
True.
it's in a bowl. I don't know if he only eats children's leftover stuff from the bowls or if it's, like, everyone's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Spoon liquor doesn't seem to care, so I don't know if bowl liquor
No.
seems to care, but skewer gobbler, he is normally coming through between the 18th and the 30th to,
Gotcha.
you know, eat the skewer. The next guy is sausage snatcher,
Oh, the sausage.
which just sounds terrible.
It really
Um,
does.
sounds way too much. But apparently sausage is a big deal there, and they make, like, a whole bunch of different kinds with, like, smoked fish or lamb, but around the 20th, you gotta be really protective about that sausage, because the sausage snacker or snatcher's gonna come snatching that sausage. So,
Don't touch my sausage snatcher. Snatcher.
don't do it.
That's really hard to
So
say, sausage
yeah,
snatcher.
sausage snatcher.
Sausages.
Sausages! The way I said it sounded like Moira Rose, though. Sausage snatcher.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so the
Yeah.
next guy is another one of those creepers. He's called Window Peeper.
Oh, no.
So oh,
That
yeah,
got really, really invasive very quickly.
yeah, because there's only, like, 4 hours of sunlight during this time, and so at night, children are warned not to, like, you know, wander and, like, stare at the windows and stuff 'cause, peeper might be peeping, might be looking.
Yeah, it might be skewer next door. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But it's just, like, he doesn't do anything.
He
He
just
just
looks
is
through windows.
there. He's just watching.
In all fairness, that is one of my fears is looking out the
Is that
window and
someone
seeing
will be
somebody
there.
staring back at me. Yes, that is a big fear of
Yeah,
mine. So,
yeah. So
yeah.
window peeper is your brother. Your scary brother, not just like your brother. He's your
Oh, I
scary
was
brother
like,
of the 13. Say what?
"What?"
Say what? So the next guy, I don't think he's the last. I think I've got 2 more after this guy.
Wow.
Bear with me, y'all. 13 fucking kids this woman had.
Yeah.
Um, but this guy is called Door Sniffer. He's got he's got
Gosh,
a very, like, big bulbous nose, and it's
you would
like
have to.
you'd have to as a
Eh,
door sniffer. But yeah, he's coming in trying to find, like, yummy delicacies. His favorite meal is Laufabraude, which is leaf bread. I don't know what it
Okay.
is, but it's really
Yeah.
only made around Christmas time. He obviously wants to take it, and so, like, he comes through. The theory behind it, though, is that it's actually, like, whenever the wind is blowing, like, around that time, like, the harsh, heavy winds, it's that whistle that you hear through that door.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, okay.
so but, to scare children, because that's all we do here is scare children.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
obviously sniffing for that bread, y'all.
Yeah, he said,
Um,
"Give me that leaf bread."
"Give me that leaf bread." The next guy is, Meat Hook,
Oh,
not like
I
Captain Hook, Meat Hook.
hmm,
Hmm,
hmm.
huh. So,
I just
yeah, he
No, you're good, go.
okay. So, he basically around for any type of meat to be, like, placed on the counter, and he just, like, yoinks it. And in order
Okay,
for him to, like, not be, like, captured or anything, he uses a hook. So it's not like he walks up and he's like,
gotcha,
"This is mine now." He's got a big hook and he, like, "Whoosh," and he, like, swipes that.
gotcha.
Swiper no swiping. But unlike his brother that only does the sausage, so the sausage snatcher, who only really likes sausage, this guy just he like meat. He likes
He didn't
meat,
just get
and
all
so
the meat. Yeah,
he'll take any kind. He does not discriminate. Um, the
that's fair.
last guy is the candle stealer or the candle beggar, one of the 2. But he comes out on
Okay.
Christmas Eve. His name is like the rest of his brother's names, pretty self-evident. But
Mhm.
yeah, he likes to go and get candles because, way back when there wasn't, like, light and stuff, he was like, "Ha, ha, ha, I'm gonna take your only light source."
Mm,
And then he would use it however he felt like he wanted to, or he would just take it, and that was it. So,
well, alright
yeah.
then.
So
It's a horrible family.
them's the Yule lads, but Grilla was also said to have a husband, Lip Lipaludi. Lipaludi. I'm sure that is not right.
Okay.
I put an Italian flair on it, and it's not
You
Italian.
did.
Anyways,
You
um, Le Paludi, I even had a hay picture that went with it.
Yep.
He's actually the most tame of all of these guys, probably because it sounds like Grilla's previous partner was eaten by Grilla. So,
Oh, okay.
Le
Yeah, you'd wanna
Lepaludi,
play it real careful.
yeah, he's just like, "I'm here," but he has no influence whatsoever on what Grilla or her children do. So he's just there. He's existing.
He's the
He's
stepdad.
also,
Yeah,
like, told it's also been said that he's like a troll or an ogre, but, like, so he's just as gross as Grilla, but, like, not as terrifying.
sure.
So, I think it's probably just he's like, "This is the last of my kind," and, like, married her probably. He was like, "I don't wanna be
Right.
alone forever," and it was like, "Oh, no, you should be alone forever. Fuck Grilla." Um,
Mhm.
yeah. So, that leads into my next creature, because
Okay.
wouldn't you know, the story continues. So,
Of course it does.
of course it does. So, Grilla the 13 Yule Lads have a pet called Yule Cat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's not
Sure.
as sweet as it sounds. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so Yule Cat's said to be, like, over 1,000 years old, just like, the legend exists just with Grilla and her family, so we're looking at the 1300s at the least. Um, but yeah, Yule Cat's described as a huge cat, and I'm talking, like, huge, like,
Huge.
huge,
Yeah.
like, larger than buildings,
Oh
like
gosh.
Clifford the Big Red Dog,
That's
huge.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So, like, huge, but normally has some sort of dark fur and has sharp whiskers. I don't really know what that means. If they're like cactus sharp or like swords for whiskers. I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
like,
I don't know.
cause like, so Kaya, like her hair is sharp
It's
enough that it
pokey, it's
penetrates my
sharp.
skin if yeah, if you step on it. So
Uh,
like, is it that? Like, I don't know.
so I
I
don't know if it's
have
that
gotten
or
I have gotten one of the cat's whiskers stuck in my foot before.
but I feel
So
like if it has to specify sharp, it's
it's gotta
sharper
be
than
sharper than
normal.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
fair.
yeah. And also, Yule Cat is said to have some sort of glowing eyes. It can be blue, it can be red, it can be violet sky. No, so blue, red, or yellow, um, is normally the colors that
Sure.
are said to go with Yule Cat. So,
Mhm.
Yule Cat has 2 looks, and that's it. It's unruly
Okay.
or downright evil. Obviously, the
Okay.
pet
No
of
redeeming qualities.
no, no, none whatsoever. Obviously, the pet of Grilla would be pretty fucked up.
Yeah, definitely.
For the most part, Yule Cat seems to stay by its owner, Grilla, but sometimes likes to hang out with one of the younger Yule Labs, which was Stubby, which, if we
Oh,
remember, Stubby was the one that likes to steal the pots and pan.
yeah.
I don't know why she picked Stubby. I'm assuming Yule Cat's a girl. I feel
Maybe.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe. So, anyways, what's this cat's problem? Well, Yule Cat wanders around on Christmas night looking through children's presents, and if they received some sort of new clothing, particularly socks, then all is well, and Yule Cat is satisfied.
Oh, okay.
However, according to legend, if the child did not work hard enough to receive said socks for Christmas, Yule Cat eats the child.
I
Now,
don't know why I
children of
expected anything else.
I know, this has all been about eating children, like, from start to finish. Of course, like, wealthier families and children were strongly encouraged to donate extra socks to less fortunate children so that they could protect against the old cat. I
Yeah,
didn't see anything that said, like, if a wealthier child didn't donate socks that Yule Cat would eat them. I think Yule Cat just cares if they're socks or not.
sure.
Doesn't care how you get it, just
Just
you
that
gotta
you
have
got some
clothes.
socks. You gotta have some toasty feetsies.
Socks or clothes of some sort.
Mhm.
So, I'm assuming that's why, like, at Christmas time, everyone's like, "Oh, we need to get socks," and you're like, "I didn't want socks for Christmas, Aunt Gloria,"
I
but
love
Aunt
getting
Gloria
socks for
doesn't.
Christmas.
I do now. Like, we feel
We're
like I got a whole
30s.
lot as a kid. Yeah, we're in our 30s now, so now I care about socks, but oof, rough. Anyways, okay. So part of the legend is said that Yule Cat was kind of like came about to encourage farmers to finish their work in a timely manner so that clothes could be made from like the wool or the leather or like the trinkets or that kind of stuff. So then that way children wouldn't be eaten. So really it was a way to be like, hey, farmers, get your shit together because you're costing children's lives. Lives are at
Yeah.
stake.
It's
Like,
exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah. And of course, Yule Cat was also used as a way to encourage children to do their chores so that they could quote unquote earn them socks. Which, like,
Yes.
if I had to earn socks for Christmas, like, one, it's not a Christmas present, right? Like, that's not what Christmas is about. Granted, this is the
Yeah.
1300s in Iceland. So, like, I don't, I don't, not going to believe or try to believe that I know how, Christmas worked around then.
Right.
Um, but, like, still, yeah, so it was like, do your chores so that you can get your socks so that, you can have them for Christmas morning and you get to live for another year. Like, that's what that encouragement was.
You get to live
But
for another
yeah,
year.
oh, why not? And then, of
Yeah.
course, there's like, I only saw one version of Yule Cat's story that says that Yule Cat only eats the food of the people that don't have new clothes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Like, that's the end of the
Okay,
story.
so
Like, so it went
see,
from,
okay,
like, horrible,
you don't have
terrifying,
socks,
"You don't have
like,
socks and
you
I'm gonna eat ya,"
well,
to,
no,
"I'm just
okay,
gonna
so
eat
the
your
way
leftovers."
yeah, so the way I'm understanding this is you got socks, but you don't deserve them, so I'm gonna eat you. But nobody in the
No.
house got clothes, so I'm gonna eat your leftovers.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
If you
okay.
get socks, no matter
Yes.
what, or some type of new clothing item, Yule Cat doesn't give a fuck about you.
Oh,
If
okay.
you did not get socks or clothing, Yule Cat's gonna eat you.
Oh,
However,
okay.
in one legend, Yule Cat, if you
He
didn't
just
get
eats your
socks
left
or
or she
clothes, he just eats your leftovers. Which it
okay.
sounds like
That's
she'd probably have to fight the brothers for the leftovers because we got, like,
yeah.
bowl liquor and spoon liquor, like,
Mhm.
there's
Maybe
probably
they
not much
share.
left to lick, so I
Yeah.
these guys don't seem like they are sharing is caring kind of thoughts.
Okay. That's fair.
So yeah. So that's what I got through for this Christmas season. Um, yeah,
Yeah, it's
it took a
very
took a
entertaining.
wild ride. I was only gonna do, like, Krampus and Yule Cat and, like, move on to something else, and then I was like, hold up, who the fuck is Grilla?" And then I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 there are lads involved? Like, now I gotta look up these lads?" So, like, it turned into this whole thing, which is
Yeah.
fine, but yeah, yeah.
Well, very
So,
good. I enjoyed it very much,
great.
in even if
I
the utter sucking really, really just fucked me up.
I don't feel like that's the first time that we've had stuff that I feel like anytime there's some
Yeah.
sort of sucking, it's just not okay, like, there was the toe sucker, um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then, like, one of them, I
Uh,
think sucked
there was
blood from
nip
boobs,
that was it, they
nipples,
sucked blood from
yeah,
nipples, and I was like,
nipples, that's right, and I was like, because it didn't matter if it was male or woman, and it was just like, ugh.
yeah.
Oh, no, 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 it had to be a woman, that's what it was. I've slept since then,
I
um,
know. We've had an entire semester since then.
it's it's been a while, so,
Wow.
but
Oh, yeah, because I remember that was like,
who
yeah,
that was someone tried to talk to me about the Nutcracker the other day at work, and I was like, "Oh, is this about the toes?" And then I was like, "Nope, nope, 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 not talking about that. Be a normal
it's
human."
a movie.
Like,
It's a movie. Oh god.
yeah, 'cause I was like, "Oh, I've never seen the Nutcracker," and they were like, "Yeah, me either." I mean, aside from the movie, and I was like, "Oh, the one with the toe sucking?" And I was like, stop it, don't say that." You like, they don't need to know that part of your life. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
they do because it wasn't I didn't do the toe sucking.
yep.
Yep.
Just just keeps going.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Christmas special, and,
Yes,
I had fun getting to do the Christmas special, so hopefully we get to do more of these again and keep it back up,
soon. Yeah,
maybe, hopefully.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we
Well,
wish you a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas, and I hope
and
Krampus
we
doesn't
hope
come
that
and take
Krampus
your
doesn't take your children at
Yes,
night. Yes.
yes. And
And I
as
guess
always,
we will spook you bitches later.
look a little bit, Charles. Okay, bye.